ain't trying to do what everybody else doing, just cause everybody's doing what they all do. It's one thing I know, I'm far but I'm not, I'm bugging out, the story mine, the story down, so where I'm wrong, thinking that we could be something for real. Now am I wrong? I'm trying to reach the things that I can't see. What we say? Here we go. But that's just how I feel. Sing it. So that's just how I feel. That's just how I feel. I'm trying to reach the things that I can't see. I can't see. I can't.
Thank you very much, one, for your hospitality. I appreciate you guys letting us come out and film. Incredible show.
Thank you.
First question for you: how's it feel to have your first North American tour?
It feels amazing. You know, for us, coming from Norway, being on tour in America has been one of our biggest dreams, I'd say, since we started making music. You know, since it started off as a small hobby, and it seemed so far away 4 years ago, and now we finally got our own, not only just show here in America, but our own tour here in America. So it's kind of unreal. Sometimes you just have to take those moments and sit down and think about it. And now that you're telling me that, you know, I'm actually thinking about how crazy it is. And it's just great, man. Great. Okay,
gotcha. It's your first time here in Seattle.
Yeah.
This is an international city. Do you guys feel some type of semblance from, you guys are from Norway, obviously. So do you guys feel like anything at home? Is there anything similar to back home?
Definitely, you know, I saw the diversity in the crowd tonight. And so it was really interesting to see it, and cool to see too, like how many different cultures I saw in one room. And so definitely, you know, we grew up in neighborhoods where there were a lot of diversity. Like we have friends from all over the world, and that's sort of how we grew up, which is a good thing. And I think that also affected our music as well, you know, as far as, you know, it being kind of having that universal worldly feel to it. I think that's a big part of it, us growing up, knowing a lot of different cultures from an early age.
Right.
I was just out walking with the dancers before the show, and I don't know what it is or what it was, but I told them also that I feel like I'm in Europe. I remember saying that, and it's just something about the vibe here. I can't really put a finger on exactly what it was, but it just was.
Well, Seattle's a port city, so everybody from all over the world comes in. And you guys are at the University of Washington too, so it's extremely diverse. The student base, it's extremely diverse. Something we're proud of ourselves on here.
Nice.
So just with the crew and the dancers, I heard a lot of different languages being spoken. Where's everybody from?
We're from Norway and America. So we're from Norway, but the dancers have different backgrounds, like me and Vinz. Vinz is from Ghana. I have a father from Ivory Coast. We have one dancer who's Kenyan, but lives in Norway. We have one who's Ethiopian, lives in Norway. A girl who's from Uganda, another one who's Norwegian, and a last one who's from Gambia and Norway. So a lot of African in there, you know. Friends of ours from when we grew up.
DJ Willie too is American.
And the rest of the crew Americans.
Really, really diverse crew.
Yeah, it is.
Another question I had, I was really interested to know how you guys doing with being international superstars, as opposed to just being, you know, known in your country or just known in one particular area.
Yeah, you know, it's really interesting, and that's the cool thing about coming on a tour like this. You know, actually being able to see the people that supported us to the point that, you know, we can do this and live off of this and travel the world. And so, you know, coming here and hearing people's stories, like we just did a meet and greet, and you know, this is a guy who tells us, you know, that he lost his brother a couple of weeks back, and he's having trouble finding music that's really getting through that. And he said our album was a part of, you know, him getting over that and helping him, because he felt that was uplifting. Like hearing stories like that is so, it's really, should I say, like inspiring, or like it really hits home, because that's the whole purpose of the music. And if we can touch people like that, then we, you know, I mean, I think in a bigger sense that is what sort of affects us. You know, as far as being international superstars or whatnot, it's cool to touch people.
Is it a different type of pressure then, as opposed to just the people that you guys rock with, knowing your music, not everyone in the world knows your music?
It could have been, and I mean, it's probably good with some pressure, but you know, I think that it only gets as much pressure as you allow it to be. You know, when we made "Am I Wrong," we were all about writing a song that was real to us, you know, a song that meant something to us, and obviously it meant a lot to a lot of other people as well. So when we approach music, it's still the same approach. We're still trying to create something that's real, something authentic, and then it goes how it goes. But we work hard. We spend a lot of time, you know, working on our craft. So and we believe and we know of our potential. So we're not stressing it, and we're not pressuring ourselves at all.
Yeah. And still, like, you don't feel like it's international superstar yet, but you know, we're still pushing too, and I feel like we're getting there. And this is a great thing for like the whole grassroots movement. You know, meeting people, meeting the early people. You know, like the diehard, like the drive 9 hours from Montana to come see us type. Like that kind of love. It's good to like just actually meet them in person. Of course, and have that fun.
Sorry. This tour is totally decisive for us, you know. Am I Wrong was a huge song, but the brand Nico and Vinz and our faces aren't that big yet because we haven't done this ground work, grinding, going through those different cities, meeting fans, building the fan base up. We haven't done it. We've done that in Norway. We haven't done that here in America, you know? So this feels real to us. Finally, we're on tour and we're meeting real fans who we know will come back to the next show and that fan base will just expand. So this feels good.
Really important, you know. I think the whole thing, you know, when we set up the show and the set list and the progression of the show it's supposed to be a show. We've always had the mentality of, instead of it just being us coming on stage performing songs, it has to be a show that, you know, it has to be entertaining on a different level, you know. So that's why you see the dancing. You know, just to break the ice a little bit and just show a different side. You know, you see the drumming because that's a huge part of, you know, our background, Nico's background as well. And you know, we try to like bring people down, and not down, but like in different types of moods. You know, whether it's like super up tempo and then bring it down a little bit, and just it's like we say in the first song, just get away from it and just find a place where we can just hide, and hopefully by the end of the night, like you say in the show as well, like people will be like sweaty and smiling and feel like they've been somewhere else for a second and just had fun and enjoyed that moment that we shared together on stage and then in the crowd.
And we don't have, you know, we're new artists. We don't have a set list full of hits yet. You know, we've just started. So, you know, it's Am I Wrong that's the biggest song. You see how people sing along to it, but we have to engage the crowd in some other way. So that's when the showmanship comes in, the dancing and, you know, us creating the show.
Wonderful show. Nico Vinz, I appreciate the time.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for having us.
Much appreciated.